One thing we love as football fans is speculating on transfers, seeing them being announced nowadays with social media. It's out there in an absolute flash. Lots of catchphrases have come out. But the top two signings at time of broadcast within the Premier League in terms of money spent actually belong to the two sides in action today. Declan Rice, Gvardiol, we can see right there. £105 million, £77.6 million, and of course 4 other signings to make up the list here from other sides. Extraordinary amount of cash. Who had a better transfer window? That's probably a discussion best had at the end of August. But in terms of what these two signings at the top bring for their teams, are you excited by Declan Rice, Gio? Are you excited by what Gvardiol can bring to Manchester City?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I mean, it's both players, you know, they had a good season. Rice, of course, at West Ham, and, you know, he's also familiar with the Premier League, being a player in the league for many years. I think Arsenal really recruited the players. They identified, okay, we need these players to take the extra step into becoming the champions. Gvardiol, you know, I played against Red Bull last season with Rangers. You know, he's an unbelievable player.
What is unbelievable about him? What do you like about him? What does Pep like about him?
I think his ability to you know, to be all round. You know, he's very strong in his physical duels. He's fast. You know, he's a good pass. He's a good thinker. His intelligence on the pitch is high. You know, to be recruited by City now, you know, I think you can not have a bigger compliment as a player. So for him, he will do fine. And
does he remind you of any other players, past or present? Gvardiol, when you see him, you think, wow, he's very similar to so and so.
Well, I think you can. He's quite similar like Diaz now. You know, at City. You know, it's similar play. You know, also physique. You know. Very good passer, you know, very intelligent, good as well, but also good in the duels. And you've seen that transition with City last season, where they, you know, many games they played also with 5 defenders, but, you know, 5 defenders who can play football as well. You know, Ake on the left, and of course in the center they have choices. Stones coming from the center to midfield, and Gvardiol is only, you know, a player who will make them even stronger. You know, foreseeing in all the competitions they will play this season.
What about Rice, Declan Rice, the biggest summer signing so far in terms of value?
Well, yeah, we always talk about when you sign a player, there's an element of a gamble in that signing. For me, Declan Rice is the smallest gamble that has been taken this summer.
Smallest gamble?
Smallest gamble. Forget about the price, because for me, he's proven.
We go to the casino tonight.
So I think Declan Rice will be a big hit. No two ways about it. When you look at what he did at West Ham, when you look at what he's done for England, I think he's proven. Yes, of course, people will say you go to Arsenal, it's a step up from West Ham. But I think he can deal with it. I think he has the right mentality. So for me, Declan Rice will be a win. Gvardiol, undoubted talent, you know, been highly successful at club and international level with his performances. But he's moving to the Premier League. And, you know, Gio's had that experience moving into the Premier League from abroad, and it's not always easy. That said, I think eventually, under Pep Guardiola's guidance, Gvardiol will be a great success as well. But maybe he will have to be given a little bit more time.
Like Timber, Arsenal.
Yes.
Timber the same, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Timber is another great example where I think Mikel Arteta has to be patient with what he gets out of him.
The list we just saw, really briefly, who's the most exciting summer signing so far for you? Of the list you just saw, Rice.
I think Rice is one of them.
He's your most exciting player?
Well, because, you know, there's a lot of talk about him moving clubs and a lot of interest in him. Of course, you know, winning a European title with West Ham was for him, you know, really good. You know, yeah, if you see him at Arsenal, they will become stronger. Every player you see, Højlund for Man United, can he bring the same as Haaland did for City? That's also one to keep an eye on, you know, and Havertz and Mount, you know, they just, you know, different teams, but also in the Premier League, so they know what it has to bring, you know, what they have to do. the intensity of the Premier League. So I think those are good signings for those teams.
Okay.
So yeah.
Gary, really quickly.
Well, I think briefly, Mason Mount at Manchester United. You know, United are on the up at the moment, in my opinion. You know, he's always been a youngster who's come through the ranks at Chelsea. Now he's a big signing at a big club, and I think he will have a sensational season. That's my feeling, and I hope so from his perspective as well.